Okay, so you see on the board that we have things that are due. Actually, there's more than these things that are due. You have obviously 3D net, cross-section, surface area assignments. There's 2 of them, right? So there's the one from 4.6 that was prisms and cylinders, and the one from 4.13, which was Friday. We just got done working on it, the one that's on pyramids and cones. So if you have not finished the surface area, pyramids and cones, you need to do that at home because we got to move on to the next thing, okay? Which is, we're going to do notes on composite surface area, okay? So I do want, let me clear out my calculator real quick. I'm going to have to use that. Okay, so let's look at these notes, okay? So everyone's with me, okay? We should have our phones not in our hands, earphones not in our ears. Everyone's got a pencil in their hand, please, so I can follow along because you're going to have an assignment on this, on the back of this. Now, if you flip it over, you're going to see something ugly, okay? So I goofed when I first printed this, and I wanted to not have to copy it all over again, so I printed over it. So the nasty scribbles, don't worry about it. Oops, my bad, okay? So we printed the right thing on there. Just kind of ignore the ugliness on the back. But the front is not ugly. It says notes, and I want you to look at the notes. Now, everybody, I want you to underline this phrase, composite figures. Everyone's doing this, right? Composite figures. We've had this word before. What does composite figures mean? Good, 2 or more. Okay, got a pencil? Okay, follow along. So yeah, 2 or more figures, okay, or more than 1 is what I put originally, okay? So if you want to write that off to the side there, composite just means more than 1. Cool. Now we're doing part of the notes today. The first examples, there's 2 of them there. And this is when you have a prism or sometimes even a cylinder. So right on top of example 1 right there, either a cylinder or a prism on top of another prism. And you can see that over here on the left, I got a prism on a prism. Okay, that's composite. And so the rule for that is off to the side here. I'm going to underline it in different colors. What you do with the bottom one is find the total surface area. And then for the for the top one, you find the lateral surface area. Once you find those 2 surface areas, we're going to add them together, okay? And again, everyone should be writing this down, please. Miss Marrero, can you help me make sure everyone's writing this down? So, here's why that is true, okay? Does everyone see, when these 2 figures are stuck together, this rectangle is not seen. It's covered up, right? So, what do? Here's what I would do. You're going to think of taking this top rectangle and transferring it to the bottom, like that. Now there's nothing missing on the bottom, so that's total surface area, okay? So that's what we need. So the bottom is total surface area, TSA, and then that means the top is missing a top and a bottom. So if you're missing the top and the bottom and you have only the sides, that phrase is lateral, so that's why the top is only LSA, lateral surface area. So again, if you want rules for this, total surface area for the bottom, lateral surface area for the top, and add them up, okay? So, let's get started here. I want to find the bottom's total surface area, and first I'm going to write the formula. So you can write that down. The bottom, and you might want to write small because there's a lot to write here, okay? So don't write big, write small, okay? So the bottom's total surface area is pH plus 2b. So I need to figure out what pH and b are. Okay? Let me back up. Are you not going to write this all down? Okay, can you get one? Can you get one? Okay, I'll remember this on my lunch. Alright, so P, the perimeter of the bottom, okay? So the bottom is a rectangle. We got 15, and we got 9, and then the other 2 sides are 15 and 9, okay? So, if I add 15 plus 9 plus 15 plus 9, right, that's how we do perimeter. It's not multiplying, it's adding. I get a total of 48 for my perimeter, right? And everyone's writing this down? Now, what's the height of that bottom prism? Okay, so and that makes sense because I see it right there. There's my height. Now, big B, despite the haters who say y'all don't know this, okay, how do I find the base, big B, base area? What do I do with 15 and 9? Multiply, right? So 15 times 9 gives me 135, okay? Now, I did that earlier. It's all the math, but you could do that easily in your 48. Yeah, so the perimeter was 48, kind of hard to see. And I'm going to plug all those numbers into my formula. pH plus sign 2b. Oh, we are on the notes side. Sorry. I know they look the same. Sorry. I can get you another copy if you want. Or they're right there. So let's plug in P, H, and B. So it's going to be 48 times 5 plus 2 times 135. Plugging all that in. Okay, 48 times 5 plus 2 times 135. And then we just do the math. So I'm going to type this all into my calculator in one step. 48 times 5 plus sign 2 times 135. Calculator helps you out. So we do that, we get 510. And that's just the bottom's total surface area, right? Now we go to the top, and we need to find the top's lateral surface area, okay? Now lateral is easier than total. It's just pH, right? I'll remind you, all of our formulas were on this sheet, which you should have, but we do have copies of it. So remember, lateral is pH. So let's do that. I'm going to move this down a little bit. So the top's lateral surface area is just P times H, okay? So the top's lateral surface area is P times H. So now I need to find the P and the H of the top. Now I want to erase a little bit so I can see. There you go. Now, the perimeter of the top. Y'all see right here, this is 6 for the length on the top, but this other length is not also 6. I know you might think it might be, but if you look at what it's parallel to, way down here, don't you see a 9, right? So here's the deal. All those parallel sides are 9. So to find the perimeter, I'm going to do 6 plus 9, and then again, 6 plus 9. Add those all up, and I get 30, right? Now, does anyone see the height of the top prism? It is 6, right? So that one's already there. Once I have P and H, what do I do with P and H? Just multiply, right? So that's what I'm going to do down here at the bottom. P times H, 30 times 6 is 180. So we did this. So, question? Finding the surface area of everything, like both combined. Well, so we do have to separate them into a total and a lateral, and then add them together at the very end. So that's what I'm about to do with these two numbers. Total at the bottom, lateral at the top, add. That's it. I know it's a lot of steps, though. It is the harder problem. It is tedious. That's a word. So when you get to the back, it's the same thing with different numbers. So if you got the notes down, it won't be that bad. But that's why we want to write our notes down. So check it out. At the bottom here, CSA. This C stands for composite. So my total composite surface area means adding up 510 plus 180 which gives me a total of 690 millimeters squared. Anything to add? Surface area, lateral surface area. pH is lateral surface area of the top. Yes. Where'd I get what? So big B, area of the base, on this bottom rectangle is 15 times 9. So we didn't have to do big B on the top one because it was lateral. Oh, well, because the side length here matches this one and this one and this one. Yeah. I don't want y'all to assume it's both 6, so we look at what it's parallel to. That's the same. Good questions. Now the next one, do you notice how the next one is not a prism on top, but it's a cylinder? I'm telling you, cylinder is the same rules as a prism on top. So once again, total on bottom, lateral on top. Okay, if you want to write that down in the actual picture, TSA on the bottom, LSA on the top. And I'm going to write again, bottom, same formula for the bottom. Okay, it's going to be pH plus 2B and again, write small, unfortunately, not a ton of room, sorry. Now, to do that formula, I need to know P, H, and B, just like the last one. And it's going to be the exact same thing, P, H, and B. Remind me, P, perimeter, do I add or multiply? Add. 10 plus 4 plus 10 plus 4, right? That gives me 28. If you're looking at it, what's the height of that bottom prism? 7. Very good. And then capital B, area of the base. Remind me, what do I do with 10 and 4? Add or multiply? We multiply for area. Remember, big B is area of the base. So 10 times 4, or 4 times 10 is 40. So we're going to multiply. We got P, H, and B. We plug it into our formula. So 28 times 40. Whoa, 28 times, that's messed up. 28 times 7 is what it should be. Plus 2 times 40. Okay? And let's go to the calculator, plug it in, get the right numbers, right? So 28 times 7 plus 2 times 40. 276. And then, for the top, just like the last time, I need the LSA, lateral surface area. But this is not a prism, it's a cylinder. What's the lateral surface area of a cylinder? Well, we go back to our notes. It is right here, 2 pi RH, right? So 2 pi RH. What is R? Half of 6 is 3. H is 8. So 2 times pi times 3 times 8. I'm going to type that in my calculator real quick. 2 times pi times 3 times 8. There we go. 150.7, or actually 150.8 if we round correctly. And what do I do with those two numbers at the very end? We add them together, okay? So CSA equals 276 plus 150.8. That's going to give me 426.8. And my units are feet squared. Okay, kind of ran out of room. I have to write sideways. 426.8 126.8 feet squared because I added my bottom total and my top lateral together. Okay. So the bottom was 276, right? Top was 150. Add them up. Now, if I did my math wrong, check me out. Oh, it's dead. Sorry. Okay, now that's our stopping point. We're going to get to example 2, which is the third example. I know that's weird. Tomorrow. So keep the notes. Tomorrow we work on this, and then the back is the assignment, very similar to the front. Okay. Don't lose it, please. All right.